Alright, dear children of class 11 science, we solve now last problem. This is the last numeric problem, and with this last numeric problem your chapter probably could get completed. Okay, but the problem which I am going to solve is based on the velocity of efflux. Okay, now problem says that, this is problem number 2, says that a water tank, see there is a water tank, has a hole in its wall. So there is a small hole in the water tank, and that hole is at a distance of 40 meters below the free surface. So what is the distance or the depth from the free surface to the hole? That is 40 meters. So I write down that distance is h. You know h is the depth of the hole from the free surface, that is 40 meters. Okay. Now question says that compute the velocity of efflux of water. Velocity of efflux means B you need to find out. You know B is the symbol we use for velocity of efflux, okay, of water. But in this question, okay, we don't know the value of G, but the value of G we consider as G equals to 9.8 meter per second square, because average value of acceleration due to gravity on the earth's surface is 9.8 meter per second square. Now to calculate the velocity of efflux, okay, which depend upon the height from the free surface, is given by the formula, and the formula is, I write down directly, the velocity of efflux. The velocity of what? Efflux, which is marked by letter B, and the formula is square root of 2gh. So see what is the formula? V equals to square root of 2gh. Now in this formula, let me substitute the value of g and h. As you know, the value of g means how much? This is 2, the value of g is 9.8, and the value of h is 40. The value of h is how much? 40. So let me just multiply these two. The multiplication will be how much? 2 into 40 means what? 80 into 9.8. 9.8. Now 80 into 9.8, square root of 80 into 9.8 can be calculated. Okay, and when you do the square root, if you multiply 80 into 9.8 and take the square root of that quantity, you get approximately 28 meter per second. So what is the velocity that you will obtain, you'll get when you take the square root of 80 into 9.8? 28 meter per second. Okay, so children, you can do the calculation with the calculator, multiply these two, take the square root of that, you get approximately 28 meter per second. And this is actually B, and you know what is B out there? The velocity of efflux. This is the velocity of efflux. The velocity of efflux of a liquid. Now this is the first part of the question. Now we have second part also. Now in the second part of the question, even it said that if the radius of the hole, that means that hole has a radius that is 1 millimeter. Now radius of the hole is 1 millimeter, then find the rate of flow of water. Now find the rate of flow of water means is nothing but the product of area into velocity, because area into velocity means the amount of volume that is flowing per second, and that amount of volume flowing per second is the rate of flow. Okay, so by what rate the water will flow, that we need to calculate. Okay, so the hole which has a radius that is 1 millimeter, but this hole is basically as a what? Circular hole. It's a what hole? Circular hole, and we know what is the area of circle? Pi r square. So we use the formula pi r square to calculate the area of hole. Now what is the radius of the hole? Sorry, this is a hole. The radius of the hole r equals to 1 millimeter. So I convert into meters. So 1 millimeter means 10 to minus 3 meter. So what is the radius of the hole? 1 into 10 minus 3 meter. Now once you know the radius, now we calculate the area of the hole. Okay, and the area of hole formula is pi r square, and this area is A. Let me write by letter A. So pi means 3.14 into radius is how much? 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 with what? Whole square, which means 3.14 into 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 to the what? 6, and this is meter square. So this is the area of the hole. But actually in the question what we need to find out? The rate of flow of water. So I write down therefore the rate of flow of water. The rate of flow of water is actually nothing but area into velocity. So in that hole, the liquid is flowing with a velocity, and that velocity is called, water is flowing with a velocity, that velocity is called velocity of efflux, and that hole has an area, the area is A, and that area into velocity means the rate of flow. Okay, so area is 3.14 into 10 power minus 6, and the velocity we have already calculated, that is 28. So children, if we have multiply 3.14 into 28, we get approximately 87.92. Okay, into 10 power minus 6. But this rate which we have calculated is in 2 digit. This is in 2 digit, so I write the answer in single digit. So I move this decimal, 1 decimal to left. So when you move 1 decimal to left, then if there is a negative power, then this power always decreases by 1, which means 87.92 can also written as 8.792 into 10 to the minus 5. So power decreases by 1. Okay, and the value can be rounded up and can be written in 1 decimal place. So it will be 8.79 I can write as 8. So finally the answer will be 8.8 into 10 power minus 5, and the unit that we can write is meter cube per second, because rate of flow is nothing but the amount of volume flowing per second, and the unit of volume is meter cube, and the time is second per second. Okay, so that's why the rate of flow of water is 8.8 into 10 minus 5 meter cube per second. So this is the solution and the explanation of problem number 2. So I have solved one of the important numerical based on calculating the velocity of efflux, at the same time we calculate the rate of flow of water. Okay, so with this numerical problem, so we have completed the chapter, the flow of liquid. Now we have one more chapter to complete from unit number 7, that is surface tension. And children, the new chapter, that is surface tension, we start next class. Thank you so much.